Alright, 2-for-1 special today as I wanted to go ahead and get through the 2002 off-season. I think it'll be fairly quick. The slowest part will be, of course, the draft picks that I need to trade because I've got like 13 of them, I think. So we'll see how that goes. As a reminder, we just came off our 7th straight title earlier today. Beat the Lakers 4-1. And we can't see the retirements, but we can see the Hall of Fame inductees don't get much better than this. Patrick Ewing, who spent his first 8 seasons, 7.5 with the Pacers, season and a half with Seattle, and then 7 seasons with the Lakers before wrapping up in Memphis. I guess we can see all the accolades there. Hakeem played for, I think, 3 different teams. Started off in Portland. He was the 3rd pick. His first 8 seasons in Portland, 3 in Boston, and then the last 7 in New Jersey. And then we've got MJ, who just won his one and only title. 4 seasons in Chicago, just scoring an obnoxious amount of points, shooting ridiculous percentages. Before the craziness, the first real crazy thing that happened in this simulation series was the Bulls did not match the contract offer from Miami as the expansion Miami Heat. So the rest of Jordan's career up until last year was spent with the Miami Heat, and then we traded for him at the deadline to give him a chance, and he was successful at winning a title. They played lots of games. You can see the averages here. Ewing was a 2-time MVP, All-Stars 13, 14, 16. Between these two, 11 Defensive Player of the Year awards. I think David Robinson has most of the others. Ewing got 6 championships with the Pacers. Jordan got that last one. 4 of his 6 championships, he was the Finals MVP. All-NBA First Team, Ewing and Jordan got 4. Olajuwon had to put up with a lot of guys throughout his career, so only got 1, but twice. Second team, Jordan once, Ewing 4. Third team, defense, all these guys were amazing at defense. Olajuwon made 13 all-defense teams. Olajuwon somehow, well, he didn't win Rookie of the Year because Michael Jordan did, never mind. And then the following year was Ewing. Of course, they were all rookie team. So 3 amazing guys. One of the surprises that's not here is Karl Malone. Karl Malone did not make the Hall of Fame because he also retired. As you can see, the jersey retirements, Malone's down here. Retired by the Clippers, where he was Terry Cummings' backup for most of his career, and that's why I'm guessing he didn't make the Hall of Fame. Olajuwon gets retired by Portland and New Jersey. Jordan gets retired. This was surprising to me because he only played those first 4 years of Chicago, but he played so well, I guess they decided to retire his number. That's kind of neat because the Heat did retire number 23 in real life, even though Jordan never played for them. Ewing, he was number 6 because Clark Kellogg was 33, so Pacers retire that. And then he stuck with 6 in LA because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, of course, was number 33. And then Danny Manning spent most of his career with Golden State, gets his number 5 retired. Some changes, all-star jerseys, we got buzzer beaters. Now we've got best of 7 in the first round. The Charlotte Hornets have moved to New Orleans. Got some logo changes. The Warriors finally have their new uniforms that they probably should have had like 2 seasons ago when their logo changed. And you may not believe it, but we had the 3rd and 4th best chances at number 1. Well, actually, the top 4 all have an equal chance of like 19.6%. And the Blazers pick, which we traded for I don't know how long ago, ended up number 1. We also have the Pistons pick, but it was protected, so they get that at number 2. I think the number 1, or the worst team actually, was the Suns, so the Raptors fall from 1 to 4. And you can see we just have way too many draft picks. So 8, 9, 11, and then 13 through 17, couple in the 20s, so lots of trades about to happen in the draft. And one thing I want to show staff-wise, I didn't have that many staff deals to make, but one I was pretty excited to see. Clark Kellogg was available. He was actually wanting to be an assistant coach, but he's decent at assistant GM. He's 70 at it. It's actually better at it than coach. And I didn't really need a coach, and I did have an assistant GM opening, so it was like, why not? He doesn't have much potential, but whatever. I mean, assistant GM I don't think does much. They can help you sign people, but I never really have a chance to sign people because I'm already always over the salary cap because I have a super team. And now with the number one pick for that super team is about to get more super because I think there's a very tall Chinese man about to come to Indianapolis. I don't think I really even need to look at trade offers. The 5th and an 03. The 4th and an 03. I mean, those aren't terrible. But really the only Hall of Fame type guy in this draft is Yao Ming. Jay Williams, I think he went number 2 in real life. Shooting guards are pretty bad. Small forward, you got Karan and Dunleavy and Prince. Not terrible. Power forward, Amare's second best guy in this draft. You got Boozer and Gooden. Haslam's down there. But Yao Ming is about to be Shaquille O'Neal's backup. I guess if nothing else, it takes him away as an opponent. And for 4 years at least, he's going to sit behind Shaq. It's going to be rough when I see Yao probably pass Shaq in overall eventually. But we got to do it. Yao Ming coming to Indy. Shaq is a free agent after this. He has one more season left, but I think he's willing to re-sign already. Amare goes to the Pistons, so Jason Kidd finally gets a scoring threat to help him out in Detroit because it's been awful. The Hawks, I think when I looked, was it them? I know the Bulls. There were a couple teams that have no people under contract going into this offseason. So the Hawks now have a point guard, Jay Williams. The Raptors get Mike Dunleavy. They've got a pretty good squad. Rockets get Caron Butler. That's the team with Stephon Marbury, who did something bad injury-wise. The Jazz are getting Drew Gooden. I was kind of hoping Boozer there. Cavs get Kareem Rush. And now the Pacers are on the clock. We are getting some trade offers, 7 of them. We probably will trade this. I mean, I'll take a look. The Mavs 04 and 05 doesn't look bad. Pistons 05 and 06. They've got Kidd and Stoudemire now, so I don't know that I want that. That's protected. Protected. Sonics. I've got so many 03 picks going all in for LeBron and Wade and I guess Bosch, Carmelo, who knows how many of them can end up on my team. But seeing the Magic, Sonics are the main ones. But let's see who's there. It says Nene should go next. Tayshaun. We've got the next 2 picks, right? So Tayshaun might make some sense, but we still have Pippen and Marion. Let's go look at the team here. Point guards are good to go. We got 3 of them locked up. We just signed Peyton to an extension. Kobe's hurt. Who knows how long into the next season. Shooting guard looks pretty good. This is where we lost MJ. Technically, Kobe was starting at small forward. Marion, I might trade. I don't know that he's going to keep going up. He played really well, though. We lost Malone here. Dirk, we have to sign or match, I guess, whatever offer he gets. Yao just got drafted here, so not really anything we need. A wing would be nice. Tayshaun can kind of fit that replacement for Jordan, but I think I'd rather trade it to either the Sonics or Magic. Where's the Magic's pick? They were good, and they have a young team as well, these 3 guys, although Williams is expired. So let's check the Sonics. Were they good? Yes, they were, because they have Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett. Rick Smith still didn't retire. Well, not great team, so maybe I just go for one of the others. The other thing I could do is add one of these other firsts that I surely don't need. See if that makes anything better. We could fall back for Clippers. Suns are awful, but they have Iverson. He was just hurt most of last year. The Raptors were middle of the road and don't look real good. They just got somebody. It's an earlier pick. I think this one looks pretty good. Let's go with that. We'll get their 03 and then 04 likely as well. And the Raptors will get an A. Back on the clock. So we again could get Prince. Boozer's getting close, but we're hoping he's there. We've got the 11th. We can probably get him to be the Malone replacement. So let's go ahead and trade this one. Hawks, Mavs, Nets. Nuggets were really good. Pistons weren't. Rockets just got the Quran. Let's see if we can package that with number 25. Is that any better? There's the Sixers. Still protecting. I don't want the Sonics or Magic. They seem to be good. So Clippers. Are the Clippers any good? They were 12th. There got Grant Hill. Miller, Jawan. Let's do that. Flip Murray's not going to make them much better. Chris Wilcox. Alright, so Boozer's still there. So is Tayshaun, though. So replacing MJ and Malone. Tayshaun's supposed to go next. Well, this actually has Matt Barnes going. Boozer's pretty close, though. So I feel like I should just go ahead and get Boozer. What's it say about him? Ceiling as an all-star. Well, that's true. Let's do it. Carlos Boozer. Little insurance. A power forward. The Sixers get Dan Dickau. So Tayshaun still is there. I need to see if I need some older players. We got 11 offers here for number 13. Mavericks. I've got most everybody's 03s, so it's hard to find those. Pistons 05 wouldn't be too bad at this point. Do I need to have an opening to be able to sign an older player? How old am I? I need mentors. Pippen can mentor still. Peyton's old enough to mentor. Coswell and Campbell are gone. Shaq can mentor. I think he was mentoring Dirk before, maybe Powell. So we already are pretty young. I don't know that we need... I think I'd rather sign somebody to the minimum. As long as we can. If we're over the hard cap, it'll only let us get to 14 players. But I'm willing to try, or risk that, I guess. Because I'd get Tayshaun, or... that's really about it, right? We got Yao, that leaves the third center. We got Boozer there. So it's just a small forward we possibly need. Do we draft Tayshaun to fill our team? Or do we leave an opening to sign a guy that can mentor? Let's see what the trade finder says. We already did 13 on its own. Let's do 13 and 24. Here's the Wizards 03, top 10. I think the Pistons, again, they just drafted Amari, so they'll be okay, but Amari's only 79 as a rookie, so unless they sign a big splash free agent, these might be worth it. So we're just going to do that. If Tayshaun remains there, nope, there he goes. To the Pistons, that's kind of cool. So Kidd, Tayshaun, and Amari will be the big three in Detroit. We're getting trade offers now. For this one, 21 of them. A lot of 06s. There's an 04 from the Mavericks. Sonics again. I don't imagine they'll be bad. Grizzlies. Alright, well the Bucks have been relatively terrible. So I'm going to go ahead and do that one. Get a second, sure. Well, can I get another first from them? No. What if I give you that one too? No. Okay. Oh, well, they were given a second too. Oh, well, didn't need that. Fred Jones goes to Milwaukee. Is there anybody else I'd be interested in? If not, I'm just going to not even look and trade down. Matt Barnes, maybe, but probably not, so. Trade. 15. Is there any player I'd consider? Pippen, I kind of want to let him play out. He played really well, especially in the playoffs. He was getting like 10 assists in some of the games. Pretty cool to see. I mean, we got to keep depth at the wing because I don't know how long Kobe's going to be out. Alright, so we're going to have 2 open spots on the team, and we'll be able to fill at least one of them. Alright, 15th. What can that get us? Probably a lot of the same stuff we were just seeing. The Bulls are always bad as well. Let's try. Can I take both of them? 05, 06. No, 05. What? That's not true. You just showed it to me. Alright, well, Bulls are looking pretty good. I mean, they're actually looking really bad, but good to trade with. Trade down 9. Spurs, I don't remember how good they were. Alright, let's take the Bulls up on that offer. And they can draft Matt Barnes. Get some offers here for number 16. Wizards, Cavs. Gonna have to check some of these teams. Top 10 from the Mavs. Nets, I think, were pretty good. They had Hakeem, but they don't anymore. Hornets did make the playoffs. Wolves were good. Magic were good. Grizzlies were good. So let's check the Cavs. So I want to see who's on the Nets still. Not much left after Hakeem retired, so let's do that one. Melvin Ely is replacing Hakeem Olajuwon. Sixers 06 now. Trade down 8. I don't remember the Knicks being very good. Let's check the Knicks. They got Martin and they just drafted Joe Johnson, so probably can do better than that. Who's on the Jazz? Jalen Rose, but he's expired, so let's do that one. John Salmons. Alright, we're moving right along. Smush Parker, Reggie Evans to the Celtics, Kentel Woods to the Sonics. First fake guy goes to the Lakers. There's a new Ewing center in the league. Number 21. Alright, our last number 22 here. Sixers, Wizards. I'm going to probably put one of my future picks here to see if it sweetens it at all. Lakers are going to be amazing. Did we already look at the Spurs? Anderson, Twan, not that great. But let's see if I put my 03 with it. Give somebody else a spot in the 03 draft. Move down 7 to get an 06. That's not bad. Swapping 03s. Is that for me? No. So why would I do that? That was a stupid offer. Down 7 though to pick up a first isn't too bad. Lottery protected, there's 2, but the Nuggets are good, but they have David Robinson, who's old, so that might be okay to do. That's not good for me. I don't know why they would do that. Why would I take a worse second and take the worst of these two in a swap? Spurs 05 and 06, that's not too bad. So moving down 7 to get their 06 when they're awful, I think we'll do that. And then we'll trade that 29th with another future first, probably. Bashan Akbar. Haslam goes to the Clippers. Scola to the Wizards. Casey Jacobson to the Nets. There's a fake guy. I doubt the last pick. This is actually my pick, my original pick. It does get me a lottery protected from the Sonics. So that's already a pretty good deal. Is there a good team here in 03 that I don't want to even have? The Lakers have Pierce and Billups. I don't think that's going to be a good pick. Can also see if that gets anything. Sonics top 3. Again, that's not terrible. I mean, they do have Duncan and Garnett, I guess. But what does my first get? 03 top 5 protected. Well, that's the only 5 I would really want. 05 from the Hawks. 06 from the Knicks. 2 firsts from the Nuggets. Okay, I think that's the way to go. So this is 2 of my picks. So it'll be the worst, pretty much second rounders, plus that Celtics second rounder to get the Nuggets, 2 future firsts. And while they were good, they were top 5 in the league. It's David Robinson, who's 36, probably going to go down by the time these picks happen, probably won't be playing. Well, they do have young guys that are going to get better, but It's 2 firsts, so we're doing it. Alright, and they're going to draft a fake guy. And now we're in the second round where I don't know how many real people are actually left. We'll see. Chris Owens is real to the Jazz. J.R. Brimmer to the Sixers. We might be done with the real people. Guy from Ukraine gets drafted. Jamal Sampson there to the Nuggets. Corsley Edwards to the Wizards. Roger Mason almost didn't get drafted there to the Nets. Alright. So we get Yao at 1 and Boozer at 11. And traded everything else for future picks. We will be signing both of them. I think he can be 11 because Malone was 11 and retired. I don't think I have a number 1. We got options. We're going to accept Marion, but possibly look at trade options for him. Manu for sure going to get signed. David Robinson declined his player option, so that could really be helpful for those Nuggets pick if he leaves. Rashid also declined his. Ben Wallace accepted his. That's part of why I traded him, because he was getting overpaid. He ended up playing a career-high minutes. Career-high rebounds, career-high points, 3.9. Shot amazingly. Did not do that with me. And he started probably all the games after he got traded. Anybody else decline? Rip Hamilton's going to be a free agent because they declined his team option. He must not have potential then. He's a B, so he might go up a few. Hard to say. Qualifying offers. Dirk, yes please. We will match anything that comes his way. And let's get on in here. So Dirk already has 7 offers because he's the second best player here. The Hornets, Lakers, Suns, Kings, Cavs. Sonics are lowballing him. But we will match. David Robinson looks like he probably will go back to the Nuggets. Although other teams are trying to pry him away. The next best center is Antonio Davis. We got Arvidas. We do need to look for some older guys that can take the minimum. Because I imagine I can't give anybody anything. Minimum only, yep. Rashid's unrestricted. Pierce, probably going to get matched by the Lakers, although who knows. Vince Carter, see if the Warriors keep him around. Reggie Miller does not look like he's going to be with the Grizzlies. If he goes to the Warriors, he's going to a very, very loaded team, especially if they keep Carter. Pistons would be kind of cool. Kid, they just drafted Stoudemire and Tayshaun. He'd be a good fit for that team. Kind of hope he does that. Raptors are actually giving him the most money. That would reunite him with his former coach, Don Nelson. When I was winning all the original championships, Don Nelson was my coach. Damon Stoudemire, who was with the Wizards, I think. Yep. Probably not going to the Wizards. Alright, so I think we'll just wait to see. Well, we have some cap holds I think we can get rid of. Dwayne Coswell for sure. Campbell has a chance of coming back. He didn't really get to play because that's not why we had him. It was to mentor. He had 8 badges. So we have 3, 6, 8, 10, 12 people, but Dirk is 13. So a center and a small forward is what we need. Somebody like Kevin Willis would be nice. He's not taking the minimum yet, but we could test it maybe later. Longley has some badges. Campbell's right there, so he might be the guy we go for. Dale Davis is another option. He's not shooting a good percentage, but he's a rebounding machine, gets lots of blocks too. Vladi, he did try to retire. Saved him because he played like 3 or 4 more years in real life. Could let him end his career in Indy. I assume he won some championships already. Just one. As a rookie, and then we traded him because he shot terribly, so never mind, don't want him. Looks like Eldon, or if we can get Kevin Willis, then he's the way to go. Unless there's a power forward here. Chris Gatling, he only has 2 badges. Grandma Ma's down here, he doesn't play center. Tyrone Hill was on my team for 2 halves of seasons. I think he was in the Mutombo trade at some point. J.R. Reed's got 6 badges. Hopefully Danny Ferry won't be the Bulls' best player anymore. Clifford Robinson. Alright, we're going to wait to see if Kevin Willis gets offers, we'll go straight to Elton Campbell. Because I don't think that's enough. We'll just go ahead and try it because we can. It's 82. It has to be, I think, 84 for it to be considered, so we're pretty close. Small forwards, I saw Ori here. We had him for a while. Quite a while. Again, somebody with badges would be good. George McLeod's got 13 of them. Derek McKee's got 9. Larry Robinson. Stacey Ogman, he scored like 25 points on me one game last year. Steve Smith looks like he'll take the minimum. He's got 10 badges. He'd be a nice addition to the super team. Because Reggie, it's not going to happen. It'd be real cool for him to end his career with us, but we are too far over the cap to even have a mid-level exception available. So I feel like Steve Smith's going to be it, but we're going to get out of the moratorium, make sure we get Dirk, and then we'll keep going. Dirk is preparing to accept... Oh, we've got to renounce Eldon, evidently. Alright, so we're matching Dirk. Please don't tell me I can't. Should I look to trade Marion now while teams have cap space? 2 firsts. Wow. I was actually thinking getting 2 people for him, like something like that. Was not expecting to see 2 firsts. Kerry Kittles. He's only 2 stars. The Hornets 2 firsts. Sixers, whose 04 is that? The Grizzlies. Well, they're good, so... If I trade Marion with this Lakers pick, 3D, and the Sixers lottery protected, Samuel Dallenberg. He didn't get to play at all as a rookie, really. Desmond Mason and an 06. The Hawks are not very good, I don't think, so that's not bad. I'm kind of afraid like matching Dirk's not gonna happen, but it says he matched. David is going back to the Nuggets, and Reggie Miller's signing with the Warriors. They've got Weber, Ben Wallace, Steven Jackson, their point guard Steve Francis, and if they match Vince Carter, that is a heck of a lineup. Pierce, who's the top unrestricted? Rasheed Wallace. Are the Raptors not going to keep him? It looks like it. Wizards still aren't on here for Stoudemire. So people are moving. Alright, Willis, will you take the minimum yet? No. Steve Smith still here with 0. We're still matching Eldon, or matching Dirk. We can't do that with Eldon. Top of the list here, Vince Carter getting all sorts of offers. Please don't go to the Lakers. They have Paul Pierce and Chauncey Billups. Mike Bibby, I think Blazers is where he was. Kevin Willis still won't take the minimum. Eldon is our backup plan. Smith's still there. Alright, Dirk. We are done with moratorium. Dirk is on the team. Whew. Thank you. Aw, man, he's got 2 offers, so he is not going to sign with me. Looks like Eldon Campbell's going to be... Oh, Reggie Miller showed back up, so the Warriors must not have had money after they matched... I assume they matched Vince Carter. Alright, well, if Kevin Willis is not going to sign with me, I guess we need to sign Eldon Campbell back. That's fine. He's a good third center. He'll probably go down 1 or 2, but whatever. Clifford Robinson's getting signed. Steve Smith was the other guy we were going for. Here's Reggie. Looks like the Grizzlies are going to get him back, although they're not paying him as much as these other teams. Pistons would be a cool team for him to go to, but we'll see who he chooses. It's not always who's at the top. Williams... Looks like they removed his they removed his qualifying offer, but they're still trying to sign him back. That's interesting. I guess we go ahead and get Steve Smith. He never really amounted to what he should have in his career, but he's been decent. He's only 78 at threes, but 98 at mid-range. He can pass. He's 87 at defense for some reason. He's pretty slow at this point. Not good stamina, but we're not expecting him to play. We just want him to give his 10 badges to somebody. Steve Smith has already signed. Eldon Campbell did not. Kevin Willis, I think his expectation actually went up. That's crazy. Yeah, it was 1.32 before, now it's 1.33. I guess because he had offers, he's like feeling important now. Campbell's still there. Looks like Reggie signed. I'm not going to look to see who he signed with. Alright, looks like we're taking Eldon. That's fine. And it let us do it. So we were allowed to get 15 people this offseason. And Willis is gone, so that's fine. We are at 15. And that's where we'll stay. We got our point guards. We got our wings. Richardson and Kobe both kind of play small forward. Marion probably getting traded because he's in the last year of his contract and he's not going up. So I guess the other thing is maybe he makes less money and we can keep him around as an extra wing. We'll see. But we're about to enter the 03 draft where we have so many draft picks and we're going to have, I think, a lot of rookies on the team. So that, I'm thinking like in the future, where's Chris Bosh going? Where's LeBron going? Well, LeBron's going right there, but we gotta let the lottery land the way we need it to first. So Yao's 11. Campbell we made 42 because Dirk was 41. Campbell was also 5, but we took that away for some reason because Manu was 5 on the Argentina national team, I think. Steve Smith can't be 8 because of Kobe, and he can't be 3 because that's what we made Pippen. And Pippen's other number, we made him his Team USA number, which was, it was 9, wasn't it? Alright, so Steve Smith, number 10. Can he be... He's been 8 and 3. 8 times 3 is 24. 8 minus 3, well, we don't have 5. Let's just go with 2. Also, he's going to be a shooting guard small forward because he's really slow. Alright, and now I think we can just fast forward through all of this. Curious to see who's getting signed. Ori was with the Grizzlies, now he's going to the Hawks. Al Harrington he didn't get his qualifying offer, it looks like. Rashard Lewis probably going to the Nuggets. Ori did not sign with the Hawks yet. Rashard Lewis. Nobody's trying to sign Rashard Lewis. Maybe nobody has $7 million. Oh, now somebody does. Nope. Wizards 1.5. Magic 1.5. He's unrestricted now. What in the world? The Nuggets removed their qualifying offer on Rashard Lewis. I have no idea what they're doing. And now the Heat are going to swoop in and take him. Wow. Okay then. Oh, a lot of teams are trying now. Now he's gone. Just like that. Alright, going into the last day here, Jeff Foster's the best center. Mark Jackson. Rick Fox is there. Michael Dickerson's been pretty good, I think. Possibly going back to the team that drafted him, the Raptors. Bryce Drew. Been pretty awful. Corliss Williamson going to be the best free agent in the last day, probably signing with somebody. Alright, time to look at progression here. We'll go position by position. Steve Nash for some reason goes down 1, but Tony Parker went up 3 after playing awful in his chance as a rookie. Nash goes down in layups. Post, that's fine. Parker's up to 73 at threes. Nash, I don't think missed too many games, but he's going down 4 with speed with the ball. Payton's getting more offensively consistent. Parker did perimeter D up 3. Payton went up to 99 stealing. His defensive consistency went up. Somehow Gary Payton's getting better. Parker got faster. Nash goes down real bad at speed and stamina. Alright. Does he still have his potential, say, B+? So that's probably about as good as he's going to get. Parker might be better than Nash pretty soon. I'm glad Payton didn't go down, because we just gave him a 4-year extension. And he was hurt like twice during the year, so I guess it didn't matter. Manu goes up 3. Richardson goes up 3. Kobe goes down 2 because he missed so many games. Steve Smith down 2. We kind of expected that. They're both 80. I was kind of hoping one would pull away from the other so it wasn't so hard to choose between them. He went up 10 and draw foul. Richardson played better, so he's going to continue to be the front runner. Starting will probably still be Pippen, though, instead of Kobe, I mean, because Kobe's not playing. Defense, Richardson's actually a little better consistency, not at perimeter D, though. Both got faster. Kobe's like super slow now because he dislocated his kneecap. Oh boy. Pippen goes down only 2. Marion actually went up 1, although I think that's what he already was at the end of the year. Pippen's offense is going to keep getting worse, but as long as he can still decently pass, that's good for a forward. He's still 88 consistency. His perimeter D is amazing. Steals good. Rebounds pretty good for a small forward. 94 defensive consistency. So, and he's still got good stamina for a 36-year-old. Does Kobe still have like good potential? He's an A, but he's already probably an A overall. Power forwards. Dirk goes up 1. Powell goes up 3. We just drafted Boozer. Dirk's an 84 at threes. That stays put. Powell went up 4 at defense. 3 at consistency. Rebounding. Dirk got a little better too. Powell's more defensively consistent. Alright. Shaq stayed put. At least he didn't go down. He only missed like a couple games. And Campbell only went down 1. So Shaq actually went up in a few things. Wow. Perimeter D being one of them. Got a little slower. Consistency and rebounding went up. So there's the team. Kobe's an 88. So he's still a little better than Shaq. But GP remains the best player on the team. Alright, let's go through the league and see what's new. So they didn't sign somebody to make an impact. They still have Eddie Curry. Dale Davis is the best player they signed. So looks like Stoudemire's about to score a lot as a rookie. The Rockets, Marbury looks like he's in the same shape as Kobe. They drafted Karan. That doesn't look like a very good team so far. Spurs don't look any different, but Quentin went up 2. Suns didn't do anything to help Iverson, who's back from his horrible injury. How many games did he get to play? Half the season. Crawford went up 4, though. Jefferson up 3. Duncan and Davis go up 1. Garnett's stuck at 82, which is why I wasn't devastated when he left last year, but also didn't really plan on him leaving. So they're going to be a decent team again. Blazers. Battier goes up a couple. McGlure and Randolph are up. Warriors bring back their great team and add Kendall Gill from Boston. Wow. They are in it to win it. I'm going to have to decide probably who's... I think Vince Carter would be the shooting guard between him and Jackson, so probably change that. Heat did steal Rashard Lewis away from the Nuggets. He becomes their best player because he went up 4. Wow. They also got Bryant Reeves from Toronto. Hornets looks like the same other than Coleman comes over from the Lakers. He played 3 years for the Hornets already. Peterson up 3. Magic, they kept Williams, so he and Brand go up 1. Turkoglu goes up 3. They got Arvidas from the Heat to be Jermaine's mentor, I guess. He went down 2. Timberwolves looks about the same. Maggette goes up 1. Raptors, so they didn't get Rashid, so now they are awful. Kurt Thomas is their best player. That's not good. Grizzlies did bring Reggie back. They lost Ewing in retirement. McDyess, Cassell, Rice all go down. So this is not going to be as good as a team. Sixers, not looking good. Bucks, still bad, but Arenas at least went up 3. Wizards, Allen goes up 1. McGrady's stuck at 81 because of his rookie year injury. Bulls are really bad. Really, really bad. Cavs are also very bad. We're going to hope we have the Bulls, Cavs, Sixers, Bucks picks. Have to look at that later. Stackhouse goes up 1. Michael Redd up 3. The Clippers stole Jamison from the Hawks. So Hill, Miller, Jamison, Jawan, and then they've got a trio of centers here. Not a bad lineup. Although they don't have a shooting guard at all. Flip Murray, they drafted with a 9th pick. Oh, that's why they don't have Jamison. The Hawks stole Paul Pierce from the Lakers. I don't understand these teams that aren't matching contracts. Like, Paul Pierce deserves a max contract, so who cares what they sign him to? So unless the Lakers got somebody amazing, I don't understand. Why is this guy? I guess this guy was auto-generated. He went up 67 overall. That's fun. Huh. Well, Pierce is about to average a whole bunch of points. Jazz lost Jalen Rose, so now they're really bad. Kings didn't change much. Abdurrahim goes down. Knicks still have their young guys, but not much else. Space pre-rolls on the Knicks. They got Wallace and Rose, so they steal Wallace, they sign Rose, and they let Paul Pierce go. I guess overall their team got better because Pierce and Wallace are the same overall, 86, and then they add Rose. I guess it kind of makes sense, but I still don't agree with it. Looks like their center is Luke Longley. Well, probably Kwame, actually. Mavs, Joe Smith goes down. Page, it looks like he's stuck at an 82. Nets got Damon Stoudemire to be their new point guard from the Wizards. Nuggets kept Robinson around. They lost Richard. They signed Antonio to be Robinson's backup. Those were the top 2 centers available, I think. Al Harrington goes up 3. They got him from the Warriors. That's a steal. So he kind of replaces Richard. Okay, and that's that. We're going to skip the Summer League. We're going to look into where the 03 All-Star Game was. Looks like it was in Atlanta. And now we are going to load our created 03 draft class, which is on this name. Whoops. 03. Alright, well, this should be fun to see all the fantastic players in the 03 draft class. That's not what I wanted to do. Team USA wins. Carmelo, 31. Dwayne Wade, 23. LeBron, 22. Chris Bosh, double-double. TJ Ford, Kirk Kiner, Chris Gammon, Jarvis Hayes, Nick Collison, Marcus Banks, Luke Rednauer, Josh Howard, and David West. These guys didn't even get to play. We got big-time Darko up there, 21 and 6. Ready to be number 2 pick. Boris Diaw, Leandro Barbosa, Zaza, Jose Calderon. Everybody else is fake. Alright, let's advance and see how long Kobe's out. Oh, we're getting into a new era. It's been a while. Alright, we're about to get the Bobcats soon. Good stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and add Shaq here. Kobe. Just get everybody that we don't want to lose. Those guys are untouchable. I think at this point Dirk is untouchable. I don't know who else is. Maybe Yao right now, until we see what he does. We'll see. Alright. We wanted to see how long Kobe's out. Kobe's back. I thought for sure he'd missed the start of the season. Cool. Alright. I wanted to see, okay, overall where we sit. We only have 490s in the league. I think that's one thing that if I were to go back and redo this, all the draft classes I've created, I'm going to change the max potential likelihood higher because people don't get good enough. I mean, it kind of makes sense for the Pacers team because there's so many good people on one team that can't all be amazing. They wouldn't be if they're stuck on the same team. But for like Jason Kidd to be stuck at a 90, same with Duncan. Like none of these guys ever. Iverson never got above a 90. So we have the best point guard, well tied with Kidd. We also have the sixth best in Steve Nash. Kobe's the best shooting guard. Oh, there's only 7 guys that are 80. Jason Richardson's in the 7th spot. Oh my. So Kobe's technically our small forward, so we don't have somebody here. Big Dog is the best. We did have Carter. Dirk is number 2 at power forward. Gasol is 8th. Shaq is the 3rd best center. Still can't pass David Robinson, age 37. And we've got Yao in 10th as the rookie. The other thing I wanted to see, okay, the really, really bad teams. Here we go. Rockets. Just say anybody that doesn't have an 80 are probably not going to be very good. Rockets, Raptors, Sixers. Maybe we just look to see. We don't have the Rockets. We do have the Raptors. We don't have the Sixers, but we have the Bucks, Bulls, and Cavs, who I think we said were awful. The Jazz are also bad. Yeah, the Bulls should be the worst team, but it doesn't always work out that way. Do we have the Jazz's pick? Oops. I guess I could have seen it there. Yes. So we've got a pretty good chance between Bucks, Bulls, Cavs, Jazz, and Raptors. Pretty good chance of getting the LeBron sweepstakes. Or a couple picks that I feel like I could add on the trade block, like this Lakers pick, because they're going to be good. Are there any other teams that we see will be in contention? The Sonics, I don't think I have their pick. Sonics, Warriors, I don't want. Magic we don't have because they were trying to trade it to us. Wolves are probably good again. Sonics, Warriors, T-Wolves. Do we have any of those? We do have the Warriors. So let's add that. 2 picks that we don't want. Will Shaq already sign an extension? Yes, he will. Well, let's sign you up, dude. And now I can make it what I want. So that's the deal. If you wait, I think if you wait until the deadline, you have no influence on the years or the type. You can only change the salary. Whereas if you do it in the beginning, yes, you're risking that he might have a terrible injury and you might not want him for this deal, but you can at least make it what you want. So he actually wants a 2-year deal more. I think we're going to go ahead and do that. Actually, three seems fine. Let's do 10.10. All right, locked up Shaquille until he's 33. Steve Nash also will re-sign. Kobe hopefully will. Nash wants less. I don't remember how this works. Does it knock out his player option? Because that'd be wonderful. Or is it he accepts it and then adds to it? I think he'll accept it either way. So do we go ahead and sign him now? Probably for maybe a couple more years. He's also happiest with a 2-year deal. I don't know. Let's do something like that. I don't know if this is going to replace. I hope it replaces his player option. Please, please, please. It looks like it did. Yes. Okay, well that's good to know. I'll try to remember that. If they're willing to re-sign when they have a player option, it actually saves you money as long as they want less than their option. Cool. I don't know why he would do that. It only added one more year, and he loses $4 million next year, but whatever. Alright, so the guys we can lose. Kobe's got a player option that we hope we can get him to renegotiate. And Marion, again, we might be trading. Pippen, hard to say how much longer he'll play. And then these other guys aren't super important. Alright, so there's the team. I will get on the rotation and go around the league, edit some numbers and positions, get the other team set up to compete, and get all that stuff done before we kick off the 02-03 season. Thanks for watching. Shoeshak Redemption out.